What's going on, my eaters? It's your boy, Chef Drew, aka Chef, aka Big Drew, aka call me anything but Andy. This is the Eating Chambers. We are so excited to be here with you guys this week. Before we get into it, please like, subscribe, do all the things so we can keep bringing you this here content. Let's get into it. This week, I was lucky enough, I went to Montana on a trip. We're gonna talk more about that later, but stay tuned because you definitely wanna hear about what's going on in Montana. But in any case, I was on the trip this week, went to Montana, do some exploratory stuff. It really got me thinking. On Tuesday, I was still in Montana, had a market here in Georgia. I had one of my guys, Adonai, he went and handled the market for me. And let me tell y'all, that was so great. When Adonai went to the market for me in Georgia and I was handling some business elsewhere, I was just really overwhelmed with this feeling of gratefulness because I remember when there was a time when there was no Adonai, and if I did not do it, it just wasn't getting done. In some ways, that's still the case, but not in every way anymore. You know, I've been blessed that there's some people around me now to help me do some things, and I look forward to my team continuing to grow. But in any case, I was very grateful that I was able to be handling business and someone was handling my affairs for me. And it really highlighted to me how much my business, Pink's Barbecue, has grown and is growing. But it got me thinking. I'm thinking about Adonai at that market, and I was just like, man, I remember when I moved to Georgia, and I think so many of us can probably relate to this. I remember when I moved to Georgia, me and Gwen used to go to this Chinese restaurant all the time. And I think you guys have heard me refer to this before. It seemed like it was a mother and father and their children who were always working. Literally, guys, for years, it was like that. If you went into this restaurant, no matter what day it was, no matter what time of day, it was the same mother and father and their two kids. Actually, it was two kids, and then one of the kids we never saw no more, and then it was just one kid. But I know that one kid, he definitely grew up behind the counter of that Chinese restaurant. His parents definitely came to work and were working that kitchen, working their business day in and day out. And I just remember thinking, man, I don't like that. To me, in some ways, it was sad. You work so hard to build this business, but then you're a slave to the business, or you bought yourself a job you can't get your way out of. It was this example and others that really started highlighting to me the importance of delegating in your business. Delegating. By definition, delegating is sending someone to represent you or entrusting someone to do what you would do while you're not there. I was able to go to Montana and handle business because I had Adonai back here in Georgia handling the business, doing the work, and getting things done while I was able to grow the business in another way. Delegating allows for your business to grow, for your business to scale. There is no way, it's not even possible that if I'm constantly in the kitchen, cooking, or I'm constantly at the register, registering, or whatever it is for this channel. If I'm constantly in this chair bringing content or constantly behind the camera filming, y'all, how can my business grow? How can I scale the business? How can the business become more efficient? It just can't. It's not possible. The way we grow businesses, the way we scale our business, guys, the way to that is delegating. Trusting people to carry our vision forward in our absence, or so that we can do something else that also benefits the business. A lot of entrepreneurs fail right here. My daddy owned a successful business for years. He had a huge real estate portfolio at one time. And no matter how successful he was, no matter how much money he made, his business could ever and only did go to a certain point, to a certain limit, because he never was able to get to the point where he would entrust the business fully into the hands of someone else. He was never at the point where he felt secure and confident in teaching others what he knew so that he could duplicate himself, so that he could then divide and conquer. Someone handle the day-to-day and he go and grow the business. Y'all, I did not want to repeat his step. And so a few years ago, after noticing this little boy and his family at this Chinese restaurant and some books I've read, I decided then that I would not fall into this trap. I would not get in the place where I have to be in control. I have to do everything. It's all on me or it's not going to get done. Because ultimately for me, The end goal says grow the business. The end goal says make more money. The end goal says become more efficient. That cannot happen if I'm everybody and everything. Y'all, there are tools, there are things that we can do, there are places that we can go to help us learn this skill. Because for me, and probably for so many others, it's not natural. It's not natural to give this thing, your business that you have blood, sweated, and teared over, and just hand it over to somebody and say, I'll be back soon. However, but if you approach it in a calculated way, there's ways that you can grow your business, utilize certain tools and assets to help you delegate, to help you give responsibility to other people so that your business can become more efficient, so that your business can grow, so that you can get some quality of life time and spend with your loved ones. I guarantee you that little boy and his family, there wasn't much quality of life in their life, I'm telling you. Because if you went in there at 10 a.m., they were in there. And if you went in there at 10 p.m., they were in there Monday through Sunday. So I'm just saying, how could that be quality of life? Y'all, we have to learn how as entrepreneurs to delegate our business. Now listen, you may not want to delegate. You may be perfectly content and happy with buying your job, making good money, and being a part of the business or a fixture of the business or being the business 24/7. For me, and if that's you, I think to an extent my daddy was okay with that. If that is you, that's fine. Let that be you. But y'all, I'm in this, I do what I do to gain financial freedom, to educate people, to change my life, to change the lives of my children and my wife and my loved ones. The only way that can happen is if I grow this business to be as efficient and as profitable as possible. And efficiency and profit come by delegating. They come by trusting others with your vision so that you can work on growing the business. Whatever it is you do, as you know, we've talked about this a million times. I do food. But this principle of delegating and not building the business around you, it can be applied to anyone and anything. If you don't know how to delegate, listen. If you don't feel comfortable delegating, listen. There are plenty and plenty and plenty of resources for you to look into. There's books and YouTube channels and all sorts of platforms for you to learn about delegating, platforms for you to ask questions. This is a shameless plug. I get no endorsement from it. There's a wonderful, wonderful platform. It's called Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. When you go on that website, there are, I really feel like over the years they've grown, and there's like every industry you can possibly imagine on Fiverr. There's graphic designers, there's virtual assistants, there's architects, there's resume writers. I'm just thinking of the things that I've used it for. But on this platform, and I'm sure there are others, you can literally find people to help you in your cause. With this channel, you guys, I've told you before, I got a room full of people here helping me bring you this content. You know how I got these people? I got these people by simply asking around, letting people know what I'm doing. And next thing you know, people were like, yo, Drew, I can help you this way, or yo, Drew, I can help you on this day. Adonai, who went to the market for me on Tuesday while I was in Montana, literally, he walked up to me at one of my markets, started following me on Instagram, saw that I was looking for some help, and he hit me up. You feel me? When I went to Montana, before I left Georgia, I got online, I started Googling people who were in the arena of what I wanted to do, and I made some contacts out there, and they're helping me because I can't be in Montana and Georgia at the same time. As long as you talk, as long as you want it for yourself, y'all, there's a way to delegate. There's a way to free yourself from the business so that you can grow your business. At the end of the day, we're here to just educate you. We're here to excite you, and we're here to empower you into the life and the business that you want. So guys, I hope this video was able to help you a little bit. I hope you were able to gain a little bit of knowledge or insight as to how to delegate, as to what questions to ask or where to go to find help. At the end of the day, just talk, ask questions, Google and YouTube. Most of the times in that mix, the answer is there. Until next time, y'all, will you please, please, please subscribe, like, tell a friend, do all the things so we can keep bringing you this content. And until next time, y'all, we're gone. Be blessed. We're out of here.